What's going on, guys? RJ Hillman here. A lot of you have asked about a video going into a little bit more detail about my manual power pole base here. If you see my other videos, this is obviously a new one. This is aluminum. The guy that I got it from started making them out of aluminum, and he said he'd swap it out for me. I'll put his information down in the description below, link to his Facebook page. Really awesome guy, really honest guy. He'll take care of you. Make sure you take care of him. But this is the aluminum one. I did have a wooden one on there that was painted black that some of you may remember. I might do a video on that one if you guys ask about it. I'm keeping that one on reserve, so to speak. But all it is here, piece of, I guess, maybe 1/4 inch, maybe even 1/8 inch aluminum, not sure. But he bent it over, put a little rail over, a little bar right here to help slide the 550 cord on. Of course, cut the hole for this is a 1/2 inch fiberglass rod. I cut the hole a little big, but it worked out perfect here. My rod's got an angle to it, so it accomplishes that and goes around that very well. See the hole down here, excuse me, the hole right there, that's where the 550 cord goes through the mount, and then it comes down and connects to the base. You just put it through a hole, drill through the fiberglass rod, and tie a knot. And that holds it there. The end of that is burnt a little bit, if I can get it to focus. The end of the 550 cord is burnt some, so that'll keep that straight and make sure that knot never comes undone. But I'd undo it every trip to pack up and go home, so that's why it's just a little basic knot. So this bar right here allows for smooth friction. That way you're not tearing up your 550 cord on this hole right here, so it gives it more of an angle. The aluminum one is much better. This thing drops with hell's fury. I mean, it would slam down on the ground if I let it, but I don't want to ruin the tip that's on my fiberglass rod, so I'm taking it easy. Again, I got a 9-foot anchor pole. It's worked great so far. There's only been a couple instances where I wish I had another foot or so, but that's rare. What I did with the 550 cord is I installed a couple new pad eyes. Have one coming right here, have another one right here, and one right here. Now this one, that's the last one, and here's my zigzag cleat. That's what I use to mount to hold it up pretty much. So run the 550 cord through the zigzag cleat whenever I want the anchor rod locked in the up position, and then as soon as I realize I want to anchor down, just undo it, let go, it falls down, slams into the bottom, and holds you too. I'm a 300-pound dude, and my kayak loaded is probably close to another 100 pounds. So this thing has never once not held me. It's worked great. It's only a 1/2 inch fiberglass rod, but it's got plenty of flex for wavy days and windy days. Plenty of movement for any kind of current that you might be fishing in to absorb some shock. I mean, I've been moving so good to where when I dropped it down, I slingshotted back and forth a little bit. So it's pretty flexible, pretty dang durable. I've put it to a good test so far. But yeah, that's it. I've just got it mounted on the kayak here, just drilled some holes, got some bolts on the other side. Nothing crazy, nothing too complicated, something everybody can do at home. With just a couple tools. Now he did help me, obviously he built this whole thing. He went ahead and drilled the holes here. I had to drill new holes in my kayak. This pattern doesn't match the wooden one that I had, but no harm, no foul. This aluminum plate is covering the old ones. The water doesn't get up there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'll be sure to put a link to his Facebook page down in the description so you guys can send him a message if you want to get one. The whole thing with the fiberglass rod was about 75 bucks. There'll be shipping on top of it for this. If you live far away, he probably won't ship you one of these, one of the rods, because it's pointless. He's paying freight to his house, and you could just pay freight to your house. He gets them off Granger.com. I think they're like 20 bucks a piece. The thing up top up there to keep it from going all the way through, I'm not sure what that is, but he can tell you all about it if you message him. It just has an Allen wrench. You can kind of see the hole on this side of it. You just put a little Allen wrench on there and it tightens up against the rod. And he used a Dremel tool to carve a notch in there, carve a notch in there so it'll keep it from coming off. But yeah, and he put a little point down on the bottom, nothing major, just a small point, but it's worked great. So 75 bucks will get you one of these bad boys, and you'll be rocking and rolling, man. You'll be able to anchor up and fish against the current, with the current. What I do if I want to fish against the current, that way my lure's coming the right way, because the bass are going to be facing upstream, because that's where the bait fish are going to come. I'll drop the anchor pole about 4 or 5 feet from the shoreline that I'm on. Then I'll take the nose of my kayak and I'll actually let it drift and angle and hit up against the shoreline. So then I can cast this way all I want. Or the same thing the opposite direction. I'll let the front of the kayak hit to the right of the kayak up against the bank. The anchor pole's behind me holding it, so it almost forms like a triangle, and then I'll cast that way. So it lets you fish a good 20 or 30 foot stretch all you want. You don't have to be floating downstream. You don't lose opportunities to cast at certain cover. It's awesome, guys. Definitely invest in one. They're easy, they're well worth it, and it's made my time on the water a lot more enjoyable. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Feel free to comment with any tips or recommendations. I'm going to try to do an on the water review of my H12 soon. Again, I'm kind of a one-man army here, and I use my phone to film these videos, so it's pretty low-key, low budget. But try to get a little on the water video for you guys of me standing up, me using this anchor pole. That way you guys can see it all in action. But thanks for watching, guys. Later.